Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the back nine, final round here at Eureka Lake. We are stoked to bring you coverage from Dynamic Discs. On the mic today, we've got myself, Robert McCall, alongside me, the Waffle Man.
Ooh.
AJ Risley.
Me. AJ Risley. That is me.
That's
you,
me,
Robert.
AJ Risley.
I don't know what else to say.
Garrett Gurthie, bit of a struggle on the front. Nate Sexton, though, carding the 4 under par to start the day. Pretty good.
Along with Eagle McMahon.
Yeah. Calvin Heimburg hanging in there as well. Eagle McMahon, also putting up the 4 under par on the front nine. Back nine, quite a bit more attackable for birdies.
Yes.
Hit us with number 10 here.
Right. Lots of birdie opportunities here on this back nine. Starting it off with hole 10. Another par 3. It is over 400 feet long. It's a little less than 450. I had a couple discussions with different players about that yesterday. And yes, it does actually measure in closer to 425 feet. There's OB on the left side and deep of the basket. There is a bit of trees short right of the basket.
This is a really interesting play for me from Garrett. He has, all the power to just probably throw a rock there. Maybe just a little bit of wind that he wanted to not worry about getting left at all when he throws the roller. I don't know.
I think with that cluster of trees on the right side and how they kind of encroach on the basket and the line that it takes to throw just a nice little hyzer flip, it definitely cuts a lot of that off. You have to throw a much more detailed and very challenging air shot to get to the basket, whereas the easy play is the roller if you have it. And I think Garrett definitely has it, and so it's a smart play for him.
Yeah, I dig it. A couple of smooth-looking forehands for both Sexton and McMahon. Champion Eagle for Heimburg. And that's settled nicely on the left side. It looked like Eagle hardly even threw his forehand, and it just went, 425 feet or whatever.
Yeah, went all the way there.
Pretty nice. A little bit short for Gurthie. Heimburg from probably right around 35, 33 feet, somewhere in there. And just a bit low. Sexton, Firefly, no left side chains needed.
Nope, just perfect.
In fact, no chains needed.
Just perfect.
Right on the pole. And same for McMahon. Fantastic birdie conversions. Both of them moved to 5 under on the day.
Yep.
Couple of drop-ins for our other competitors here. And then this has to play as our easiest hole. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Found it. Hole 11, par 3, 300 feet. OB all around the basket. Tight on the left, tight on the right, and tight behind the basket. There's a little bit of wind that you don't really feel from the tee box, but what we're going to see most of these players do is go with a right-hand forehand and really just hang it out left and draw it back in towards the basket.
Yeah, this hole playing at a 2.35 scoring average for a cut field. Way, way below par. Yeah, and Sexton puts it great position, 20 feet or so. McMahon with a similar shape. Swung a little bit wider than Nate's, but a really similar result.
I think he was throwing a slower disc, too.
Yeah, so. MD5, I think?
Yeah, so something like that definitely affects the lateral movement of the disc.
Yeah, that's right.
And so Garrett throws a little bit faster, brings that right side OB into play just a little bit more, but it looks like it ran out of energy and is safe.
Perfect.
And what do you know? All 4 players went with the sidearm.
Calvin with a nice little skip, but not quite the roll. He's going to be farthest out and first to putt. This is about 40. Yeah, about 40 feet.
Yeah, a little outside the circle.
Ooh. Calvin says get down as soon as he lets it go, and unfortunately it doesn't. Finds OB behind the basket. Tough break for Heimburg.
There you go, Garrett.
Nice putt for Gurthie. Oh, look how close. About a centimeter long.
Yeah, it almost
that's brutal.
Almost looked like the disc pushed the OB string off.
Yeah, that's no good. So bogey for Heimburg feels really bad on this hole, playing as the easiest. McMahon taking an extra second before just jamming it.
Yep. You could take all the time in the world as long as you jam it.
And it's less than 30 seconds, as per the PDGA rules.
You can take all the time in your 30 seconds, as long as you jam it. Danny, please edit out that first thing I said.
When did you start putting with the guard?
Always putted with the guard.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a deep rim, nice glide. Who wouldn't want to putt with it?
When did you start wearing glasses?
I've always worn glasses.
Really?
Yes.
Like I don't even know you anymore.
Would just like to say I was forced to do that commercial under duress. I do not putt with a guard. I do think it's a great putter. Okay, anyway, hole 12, water tower hole.
And Bobby actually does notice stuff.
Yeah, sometimes.
Hole 12, par 3, 354 feet. Lovingly named the water tower hole, as you can see by the water tower right there. The tee pad does play a little bit uphill. The entirety of the hole plays uphill. So 354 feet plays closer to 400 feet.
Yeah, and this bad footing, it just makes it feel like you have to throw it so much harder than you think.
It almost creates a different kind of shot.
Yes, totally.
It's as if it's a tee shot, but you get the footing of
an approach.
On a long par 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it. It's much more difficult than it looks.
So really, but when you put it that way, it shouldn't be a factor.
Yeah.
It definitely becomes a factor, but the skill set of these professional players, it shouldn't be a factor. And so far, 2 for 2 inbounds.
Yep. Yeah, make it 3 for 3. That's a great shot by Gurthie. If you are going to hit the water tower, usually hitting it lower is better because
for sure.
you get less action off of it. If you hit it up high, it's very easy for that disc to get up and roll out of bounds. Right.
That one hit low, and it hits the stake low, too, and stays in.
And so Heimburg's in a fine spot just really to lay up. He probably couldn't see much of the basket from that lie.
No, I doubt it.
And Sexton for birdie in the middle. And he turned to, I believe it was either Anthony or Danny, and said that he went 12 for 12 on holes 9, 10, 11, and 12 for the 3 times they played Eureka.
Wow.
Birdied each of them each round.
That's
how you climb.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. Wow. That's impressive.
Yes, definitely. A whole bunch of birdies for McMahon, Gurthie, and Sexton. Par for Heimburg. And we're over to the big dog, the par 5.
Ooh, yeah. You said it, the big dog. Yowza. There's a few landing zones here. Let's see if we can point them out. You see that tree right in the middle, slightly left of the screen. That's about where you want to be, a little bit right. Anything in between that tree and the water is good. And then from there, not this landing zone in the middle, but now we're going to fly right. And here's our second landing zone where these gentlemen are. That's where your ideal second shot will land. Lines up another right-handed, backhanded hyzer into the green. Look at this green. I really like this green. It's got OB where you shouldn't be throwing, but then where you should be throwing, away from the OB, is above the basket. It makes the putt a lot more difficult.
Yeah, definitely.
Lots of hyzers, though, from our right-handed players. There's one.
Sexton taking Destroyer over the water. And that may be a little long of where he's trying to land, but he should still be in a good position.
He's such a good commentator. I don't know if you heard him, but he said, it might be a little long.
Oh, really?
Might be a little long of where I want to be. And, yeah, he's a little bit right. His second hyzer is going to be a little bit pinched off. Just barely. And
whoa.
It's
just wind sheared for McMahon. You could tell that was pushing down all the way with this left to right crosswind.
You can see from those ripples in the water, they're moving left to right. And that's what and I talked to Oakley about this a little bit yesterday, was that I felt like the wind was it was close to opposite of what we had been practicing throughout the rest of the week and before that, leading up to the tournament.
Yeah, and
so it pushes these hyzers down.
Exactly. So this is hung wide for Heimburg. And that's the garden.
That's exactly where you want to be. There, you'll see when we get to his shot, there's going to be nearly nothing in his way to attack that second landing zone.
But anything that comes to rest OB goes to the drop zone here. So McMahon is throwing forehand. Bit of a low ceiling there on the right side. He's just playing to a spot where he can try and attack the green. Towering hyzer for Gurthie. He asked for that to get down because it looks like climbed up the hill a bit too much for his liking, but it's in a good spot.
It's in a great spot. Yeah. And yeah, Sexton was way deep of the shot to set up that second hyzer. But you can see that dark orange stake on the left side of the screen. That is the 500-foot stake, 500 feet to this basket. So he's still within range. And Eagle's got a great spot.
Yeah.
That's Calvin's. Dang it.
Yeah. It's okay, man. If you're in the spot like Heimburg is there, you can throw almost 2 identical hyzers and get to the basket.
Especially if you're able to throw really far.
Yes.
You can throw big, huge hyzers.
So Sexton really not in position to attack for birdie whatsoever. He's going to take the forehand once again and just play the left side of this hole.
And
he's done so.
Hugging that left side.
Yeah, he's done so well. Yeah, no play for birdie. Pretty good play for par. This is McMahon's 4th after having to throw his 3rd from the drop zone.
Yeah, and that shot from the drop zone was good enough. It put him in range, and he's inside circle for looking at a par save.
Yeah, the drop zone is really punishing on this hole. Fantastic shot for Gurthie. The drop zone is super punishing on this hole, so getting up for a chance at par, you've put together 2 fantastic shots.
For real. And giving yourself a 12-foot birdie putt like Garrett has done means you've played this hole
pretty much to perfection.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I think Yale was the only one who played it better the whole week.
Threw it in for Eagle from 250.
Oh, sorry, spoilers. Oh, dang it.
This is dart layup for Sexton. Ground sloping from left to right from his perspective means there's not really much to do getting aggressive there. Might as well just put it under the basket.
Yeah, and he's just fine. He was a little bit out of position off the tee shot, so par is going to work out just
That's
fine.
right. Calvin, that's a terrifying putt to look at.
A little bit. You could tell he's confident in his putting stroke. Goodness, there was a lot of
extra yelling,
outside noise going on. Great putt by Eagle.
Yeah, good focus. I love holes like this where in disc golf they're demanding and they're scary looking.
Yes.
But if you were just walking by the park, you'd be like, man, this is beautiful. Certainly one of the more picturesque courses that we play as far as park courses go.
Yes.
Super cool.
Very cool. Very, very true. Hole 14, par 4, 805 feet. Off the tee, we're going downhill with that OB lake on the right side. And also OB ropes on the left side, but we're going downhill, slightly low ceiling. And then the second shot is where you make your money. You're going to have to throw big, and you're going to have to challenge the water if you want to put yourself inside circle 1. So let's see how these players attack it.
Yeah, anything past the ditch that's just just to the right of the kind of dead-looking tree down there is going to give you fantastic footing for your second shot. Gurthie just opting to play rock. He's just short of that ditch, so he's also in a good spot.
And notice he's on the downslope, which means he's probably he could be lower, which also means he's going to be a little bit higher and probably closer to level with the basket.
That's right. Now, if you got this shot, just go ahead and throw that. That's about as far up there really as you're going to see a drive.
And again, you can tell that Nate he's played this course before. He knows how to attack, and he knows his limits, and he knows the course limits.
Yeah, tough break for Eagle there. A little bit high on his drive. He's going to kick OB left. Heimburg just crunches this down there.
Rips it.
Yep, past the little ditch. He's in a great spot.
Eagle can save par. I watched Simon do it from an even worse spot.
Wow.
And he's got the distance a little bit left, and that's going to be a tough 45 to 50 footer with going downhill, kind of like what we saw Calvin attempt on the last hole.
That's right. There's a 500-foot stake, probably like 30 feet behind Eagle right there. So yeah, about 470 to the pin. For Garrett Gurthie, about 410 to the pin. Mm-hmm. Anything past that creek brings you inside 400 feet for your approach.
And is Calvin just going easy, super overstable Firebird?
Yeah.
But not so easy.
Catches the land. He'll be able to advance up to the circle, but unfortunate break. Heimburg just doesn't have his best stuff today.
Ouch. Yeah.
Sexton, however, throwing more of a spike hyzer. That's a luxury afforded only by an incredible drive.
Right. He throws a spike hyzer, calls it short out of his hand, still circle one. He threw the best drive I've seen on that hole.
Oh, good attacking putt from Gurthie, but gets punished as that rolls OB long.
Yep, worst case scenario. But I think he would probably run that putt just about every time.
I think so. And
unfortunately can't convert on the comebacker.
That's right.
Brutal.
So this will be Heimburg for par after finding the water, and that was nose down. With some wind, it looked like it just didn't have any chance to lift whatsoever.
Yeah, it was brutal.
And Sexton once again is in for birdie. He's on a bit of a heater, going 8 under through 14 right now.
Wow.
Crushing this course.
Yeah. And I'd just like to point out that once again he's proving to everybody who's interested in the Firefly, yes, it does catch weak side chains.
That's right, every time.
Weak side chains will catch the Firefly. Hole 15, par 3, 315 feet. But again, we're going pretty far uphill. Basket's elevated. It is easy to leak out left and be out of bounds. Also, for these top-level players who are trying to play aggressive, it's easy to go deep OB behind the basket. A lot of sidearm plays, a lot of anhyzers with that righty backhand.
Yeah, X-Cal forehand here for Sexton. Tracking right nicely.
Mm-hmm. And with this hole, what I've found is you either have to throw it harder than you might think, than your eyes want you to throw, or you have to throw it higher than your eyes want you to throw.
Yep, that's
very
exactly
deceiving hole.
Or you just throw it right by the hay bales.
And who knows, maybe Eagle did both.
Ooh, we got a nice little flight line to look at here for McMahon. Good skip up to the hay bales. Unable to collect the 25 points for the first level of hay bales.
Right.
But
he touched the hay bales.
That's 10 points. That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, Vinny.
That was not rehearsed at all. There was no there's no sheets, there's no
We both just said 10 points at the same time.
We did not look at the Hay scores. We don't know how many points,
Anyway. Calvin with a beautiful rock turnover, and it's basically duplicated by Garrett Gurthie there. Looks like everyone with a good chance for birdie here. Calvin farthest away from about 40.
A little low.
Low once again for Heimburg. Very easy to do on these elevated baskets.
Great putt.
Sexton
Center.
Sexton in for another birdie, pulling him to 9 under par. Bunch of birdies there. Pretty good.
Yeah. 3 out of 4. That's 3 out of 4 on that hole is making moves. Hole 16 is a par 4. It's 606 feet, which slightly short par 4 for this course. Still a lot of danger though. We're going to see the ground fall away to the left to the OB on the left side. There's a hedge line on the right that's going to be out of bounds. There's also a Mando pole halfway down the fairway.
This looks to be the destroyer that Sexton crushed on hole 14 as well as on hole 2.
Yeah, and this low sidearm is a really great play. Almost gets it.
Yeah.
We might see some rollers out of this card, too.
Yeah. I believe this is going to be DD3 for McMahon.
Wow.
And this is also going to be just crunched until it hits the tree in the middle.
I don't know what was crunched harder, the disc out of his hand or the disc into the tree.
It's probably got a severe taco on it now.
Wow. That was close to full power from Garrett Gurthie. He's going past the basket.
Yeah, he's needing this to stand up, and it's doing so.
Those are circle 2 flags. He's getting there.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Now, we've seen him eagle this hole in a similar fashion before at Ledgestones of the past, but incredible stuff.
That was great. And, I mean, he had the power to get that hole 606, and he had the perfect angle. It was falling over right past the circle 2 flags and right over the hill, and that's brutal.
Calvin, I mean, full power, great angle, just caught that unfortunate roll back left. Sexton approaching the green with his Firebird. I mean, almost to perfection.
Just outside circle 1.
Yeah.
And
perfect weight on that shot to not go down the hill behind the basket. Looks like MD5 once again for McMahon, needing a skip. getting a small one.
Yeah. But nice thing about this putt is it's close to the edge of circle 2, which is pretty far, but it's just downhill. So those guys are going to be pretty far away from the basket. You might not even see them jump, though.
That's right. Friendly little roll for Heimburg.
And, yeah, we haven't seen Garrett throw his second shot yet.
And Eagle giving it a bid. Center pole, but just low. And this is Gurthie's Eagle attempt, about 50 feet. Oh, nearly rings it up. He'll have to settle for drop-in birdie.
Bummer.
Excellent drive, though.
Wow.
Sexton.
Yes, sir. Great putt.
Proving the Firefly's versatility, also can catch right side chains.
Also, yes.
By the way, Sexton's 10 under par right now. Just for a frame of reference, 1 over par on this final day, played as a 1,000 rated round.
Yeah.
So
10 under par is going to
do some quick math. It's about 10 million is the player rating. Fantastic round being put together by Sexton.
Yeah.
Moving over to hole 17, the infamous
It's an island
hole.
It is an island hole. 300 feet. You're carrying the water 90% of the hole, if not 95% of the hole, onto this nice little thin strip of safe inbounds area. Forehands, backhands, whatever the specific player needs to get them inbounds, you'll see them turn to their most trusted shot.
Yeah, that's right. It's really just pick your poison. What can you throw? Yeah.
Either that or pick your antidote. I would argue the hole is poison. And
you pick your
each
antidote.
player is picking
Okay.
their antidote.
Okay, I like your perspective here.
You know, glass half full kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or
Sexton.
basket half full.
Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful shot from Gurthie. 2 shots inside 20 feet.
He got it to snuggle right into that grass. That was nice.
Yeah, that's perfect. I believe this is FD3 for McMahon. Spike forehand hyzer.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe 1 foot safe.
Right in
but
there.
Any feet safe is safe here.
I'll take safe.
Heck yeah. This looks to be Firebird for Heimburg.
He's also in bounds.
We got
Wow.
4 safe. Yeah, very few par 3s carded here on hole 17, as most of our competitors, when they make the island, do convert for that birdie. Yeah, only 8 players carding the par 3.
On the final day, I was one of those.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, dang it. Oh, well. Nice putt by Eagle.
McMahon in for 2. He and Sexton are climbing up the leaderboard a bit. Sexton in for his birdie. Back to the left side chains.
That was so far left side. It's fine, though.
But when you're on, you're on.
Yeah, and his putt, Sexton's putt, just alone, is so flat that as long as it's hitting chains, it's going to grab as many as possible, and it's going to fall into the bucket.
Yeah, super benefit of the way that he puts.
And so that'll put him at, what, 11 down for the round?
11 under on the day.
That's huge.
Crushing it. Hole 18, closing hole of the 2019 World Championships, 711 feet. See lots of rollers up to the right side here, as well as air shots. Anything that beats that concrete on the left is going to put you in prime scoring position.
Yeah.
We also see some players play a little bit short and play a big forehand or anhyzer out over the water. This is coming in as our 4th most difficult hole on the day, 4.15 scoring average for our cut field.
I like how hole 18 on this course kind of encompasses all of the qualities that Eureka Lake has into one hole.
That's right. Sloped fairway.
Sloped fairway, water,
Some low ceilings.
some low ceilings, concrete somewhere. There's the water tower. You can see it.
That's a great finishing hole.
Discraft banners. It's got it all in one hole. And the potential for some amazing excitement, which we see on all the other 17 holes. It's
Yeah, big
know,
swings
just-
can happen here.
it's all there on hole 18.
McMahon going huge forehand hyzer. Usually players reserve this for their second shot. Nobody told that to Eagle. He's just going to play
He might
to
do it on both shots.
Yeah, he's going to play to a great spot both times here.
And Calvin loves to send this one on a hyzer flip, just full power.
Oh my goodness.
And he just, yes, thank you, Zach. Get there.
Wow, that's nearly as far up there as Garrett Gurthie's roller.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible stuff from Heimburg. Another forehand over the water here for McMahon.
And that's what he wants. Loves it.
Little extra roll, circle's edge.
Guaranteed that's like how he drew that one up in practice.
Yes. Big forehand. Give me a putt.
Yep. He's good at those.
Now, Sexton has taken the relief off of the concrete structure here.
Oh, my gosh. And that was a tight one.
Yes, it was.
And it's getting up there okay. Yeah. Long putt, somewhere 50, 55 feet.
Yeah, dangerous green, though, sloping away to the water.
Calvin.
Heimburg, good angle there.
Yeah. He didn't love it out of his hand. It looked okay, but just hit a tree. And, yeah, this is the final day of Worlds. There are a lot of people out here at Eureka, and a lot of spectators, a lot of people moving and noise making and whatnot. It's all good.
Look at that remote control roll that he pulled off there. Just as soon as it ran out of speed, just cut back, start roll toward the basket.
Yeah.
I like it. Just pull the string.
Here we go. Sexton for a 12.
Little spinny, floaty attempt. A little bit long. He's likely dropping in for par there.
I like it, though. He wanted it. It's good. It's a nice run.
Garrett Gurthie. Long birdie attempt. Comes up just a bit short. McMahon for his birdie.
Dude, Calvin's dad with the shirt game.
He's killing it.
Eagle.
And just like a casual toss. Great way to finish out his weekend. Eagle McMahon climbing over his last few rounds, aided by an 11:01 rated third round. Incredible stuff
Bonkers.
from McMahon. Sexton putting together quite a round for himself today. 52, 1084 rated final round.
For real. Wow.
To move him up the leaderboard, 3 spots on the final day into solo 6th place. Garrett Gurthie in for par. It's just been an incredible week. We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining us. We see, like we said, Garrett Gurthie finishing tie for 12, 24 under. Nate Sexton, nice
Climbing up
jump.
to 6th. Wow.
Yeah, nice round today.
Amazing stuff for Nate.
Yeah, Calvin Heimburg, bit of a struggle for him today as he ends the round 1 over par. He'll fall to a tie for 20th place, and the Eagle McMahon tie for 8th, 28 under par on the week,
And
with a 9 under today.
Yes.
So yeah, we just
Really
want to
great stuff.
we want to thank you guys so much for tuning into our coverage. Thank you to Anthony and Danny for making this happen.
Wow.
Quick turnaround. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Dynamic Disc channel. Ring that bell for notifications. We would love to share disc golf with even more of you.